Deception is one of the worst things that somebody could do to you. You know why? It's because you can't make the best decisions if you don't have all the information. And somebody deceiving you is giving you basically bad information, and then you screw yourself over, or eventually they screw you over in the end. And it's kind of like everybody understands that, but people don't really understand how much deception is going on, or they don't label that deception in their mind. Like, it could be something simple as somebody's behind you and you turn around and you look and they're just like, oh, I wasn't following you, I was checking my email. And they're looking at their phone like really hard. That's deception. And that now you have to contemplate in your mind, like, were they really following me, or am I tripping? Starts with stuff like that. Body language, how they're saying something. They could tell you something bad is going on, or maybe you need to go and do something that you should do that's very urgent, but they say it in a voice that suggests that it's not urgent at all. And that can deceive you. Or they could just flat out lie to you. It could be your boss telling you that you're getting a promotion that you're never going to get. And it just goes on and on and on and on, and all different levels, from body language to tone to the content of what they're saying. Like, we're constantly in communication with each other, and people are constantly sending out the wrong information, sending mixed signals and things like that, right? So what do you do about that? Like, how do you combat deception? The first rule to combating deception is that you never lie to yourself. That's the key. You don't ever lie to yourself. You never deceive yourself. That's like the cornerstone of self-respect. You start there. Then you work on studying other people. You decode what their facial expressions are. You decode everything. You remember how they looked when you did get caught up and somebody lied to you and you believe them, and you take note of everything. You pay attention. You listen to what's going on, even if you kind of want to be in your own world. Everything is information. You make better decisions with information. It's kind of like counting your money, staying in track of your money all through the day, right? You write down everything that comes in and out of your account. And that in and of itself will make you, even if you stop halfway throughout the day, it could be later in the day and you're not directly thinking about it, but you start making better decisions with your money just because you have all the information. It's fresh in your mind, right? But again, with all these people lying, like, you don't know what's true or not, and the next you know, you can make a bad decision. You can stay a place too long. You can attack the wrong person, or like, it could be any little thing that you do, and then you suffer the consequences. You trust the wrong person. So another thing is watching their actions, like, over their words. Never trust anybody's words. They could always be lying, but at the end of the day, you want to be listen to them, but watch their actions. I don't care what they say. If their actions don't back up their words, then they're lying. You believe the actions over the words every day, any day, and you'll be fine. Pay attention to people who are constantly thinking. If you're talking to them and they aren't really listening to you, they're staring off into space thinking, that's not a good sign. That's not just them disrespecting you. A lot of people, you could be arguing with like a narcissist. It's like one of the best examples. A lot of times they'll be thinking about their next power move while you're still trying to explain to them the difference between right and wrong, and why things should be like that, this or that, and what's fair and all this. They don't care about that, and basically they have more time to think because they're thinking about their next power move, right? So just in general, if somebody's thinking about something else, you got to figure out, like, not what they're thinking about, but just stay away from them, because again, you're not getting all the information, bro. Like, in general, if you're confused about something, humans are like the smartest things on the planet. So there's not too much that should be very confusing. Like, things don't really take that much thought. So if they're thinking deeply about something, then they have to be orchestrating something. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably deception. That's the only thing. What else? If you're trying to shoot everything fairly, what else could you really be thinking that deeply about? Unless it's like a set problem that you guys are trying to solve together, or something. I mean, there could be. I'm not saying that it can't possibly be true that they're thinking about something else, but I'm just saying, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. But if you're confused about something in this world, like, a lot of people, they start talking really fast. They try to hurry you up and rush you to make a decision. If you get confused, no decision at all. Stay away from that person. There's not too much in the world that can really confuse a human being. We're all smart. We have, good sense. We know the difference between right and wrong. We know what's fair and what's not fair. If we have to sit around all of a sudden and start thinking deeply about something, then there's something wrong, and that's just what it is. Also, pay attention to people who aren't focused on what everybody else is focused on. There's certain focal points in a room most of the time. Most of the time, if you're at work, it's your work. But if you have somebody who's never ever really paying attention to their work, then 9 times out of 10, there's something, like, they're not like everybody else, like, they're there to cause some type of trouble. Just because, like, work is what keeps everybody from getting into trouble. Like, if we were just here just screwing around in a factory or something like that, and there was no work to do, then something's bad is eventually gonna happen. Like, we have to all be focused on something constructive. So just in general, if somebody's never really focused on their work, then you probably know that they're up to something bad. So watch out for them. You want to be a realist instead of a pessimist. Just be a realist. Some people are insulated in life. They're from a group of people who are protected, so they don't have to sit around and just do everything the right way and be right all the time. They can just be who they are and think how they want to think, and everything's going to work out because they're insulated from life. But other people, we get burned by life. Like, we feel the harshness of life every day, right? So we have to be realist. We got to be realistic with everything and be sharp. And that's just how you need to be. Like, any other perspective is just not going to help you if you're really, like, feeling the ins and outs of life. So I also have a book called The Flow Within. And The Flow Within is one of the greatest books ever, just because it's not just dead information. It's something that actually you can take with you. It's something that will help you, that will be there. Even when you're like 80 years old, you'll still have your flow. Like, you'll still master your flow. And flow is like a technology that'll help you deal with people who basically try to play mental games with you. It'll help you stop that. Where that won't work with you, because you have your own flow. You've mastered your flow. So I'm giving you a peace of mind, and it's something that you're going to take with you. It's not just words that I'm trying to give to you. I'm trying to give you something that's of value, that you can use to solve your problems for the rest of your life. You're going to feel more like you after you read this book. Like, you're going to feel more like you. You're going to feel like you again. And just, there's so much, like, so many benefits to it. it's just like it's helped me, and I know like I'm 100% sure that it'll help you as well. It'll help you with a lot of different parts of your life, like having mastering your flow will help you with narcs. It'll help you with just your dating life. It'll help you with just everything, business, just anything you can think of. It's going to help you with, because there's rhythm to everything. So mastering the rhythm, the flow, will help you with it. It'll take you to another level, and you're really like part of the privileged group, because it's secret information, man. This is I you know what I mean? I'm pulling it straight from the scrolls, man, and you guys are gonna see it first, and that's just what it is. Yes, it's gonna become huge. Yes, it's gonna be, you know, tons of people buying it. I'm gonna put it on Amazon and things like that. However, you will be the first, and that's just is what it is, you know. So that's all.